Welcome to the lair of the Batty Boffin.
Hi there Batty fans, time for a little bit of exam practice here with the Batty Boffin and Bathilda the Batty cat. Now today Bathilda is thinking of a couple of numbers, 36 and 45. Now 45 she has already expressed as a product of its prime factors, 3 squared times 5. Could you please, for part A of this question, express 36 as a product of its prime factors using index notation? Okay, that's part A. Right, to express 36 as a product of its prime factors, we're going to split it up until we get to prime numbers. So 36, we're going to split up. Now there's lots of ways we could split that. We could do 6 times 6, we could do 4 times 9, we could do 3 times 12. We could do 1 times 36, but that's not really very interesting. Or we could do 2 times 18 as well. I think I'm going to do 3 times 12. 3 is already a prime number, so that one's fine. 12 we can split up. 3 times 4, there's 3, another prime number, and 4 splits off into 2 times 2. Now however you started off by splitting 36, you will always end up with the same things. I'm going to do them in order. We've got a 2 times a 2 times a 3 times a 3. And if you multiply those up, you find they do come to 36. But we need it in index notation, so what we need is 2 squared times 3 squared. 2 squared times 3 squared. Okay, that's part A. I'm going to do one of these things where it goes back, comes back again while I wipe down the board, and we'll look for part B. See you in a minute. Right, here you see I've got 45 and 36 written up as their products of primes. Now I'd like to know, please, what is the highest common factor of 36 and 45, and what is the lowest common multiple of those two? Okay, that's part B. See you in a minute with the answers. Okay, these are some terms that occasionally cause a bit of confusion, but if you listen to the names it tells you what they are. The highest common factor. A factor is a number that makes up something else. Think of factory where you make things. So for example, the factors of 12 would be 2 and 3 and 4 and 6 because they make 12. Okay, so we are looking for the factors of 45. We're also looking for factors of 36 because they need to be common factors. Okay, for example, a common factor of there would be 3. There's 3's in there and there's 3's in there, but it's not the highest common factor. So we need the highest common factor, the thing that's in both of them and is the biggest. 45 is made from anything that's got a 3 and a 3 and a 5 in it. So for example, you could have 3, or 3 times 3, or 3 times 5, or 3 times 3 times 5. Anything of those will make up factors of 45. Similarly on here, 2 is a factor, 2 times 2 is a factor, 2 times 3 is a factor, 3 times 3 is a factor, 3 times 3 times 2 is a factor. Any combination of those. What's the highest? Okay, in case you didn't get that, you were confused by the term, I'm going to pause again and give you a chance to have a go at that now you know what HCF stands for. Right, the highest common factor is going to be the most that's in both of those. We've got a 3 squared in there and a 5. There's no 5 in here, so you can't use the 5. Similarly, you can't use the 2's because there's no 2's in there. 3 squared is the biggest one. That's the most that's in both of them, and that's 9 for your highest common factor. Okay? Lowest common multiple. Similarly, again, the name tells you what it is. A multiple is anything that's in the 45 times table. So 145 is 45, 2 45s are 90, 3 45s are 135, and so on. Multiples are made by having a 3 times 3 times 5 times something else. Okay, so 3 times 3 times 5 times anything you like. Similarly, the multiples of 36 are made by 2 times 2 times 3 times 3 times anything else. So I'll leave you again with another little pause, so see if you can finish that one if you didn't get it the first time. Okay, in order to be a multiple of this, we have to have at least that in it and anything else. In order to be a multiple of 36, we have to have at least that in it and anything else. So, to make the lowest common multiple, or the least common multiple, we need to have a 2 squared, and we need to have a 3 squared, and we're going to need to have a 5 as well. That bit is in the 36, and that bit is in the 45, so that will be a multiple of 36 and 45. And that all comes to, that's 4 times 9 times 5. 4 times 5, that's 20, so it's 20 times 9. 2 times 9 is 18, and an extra naught on the end. So 180. 180 is in the 45 times table, and 180 is also in the 36 times table, and it's the smallest one that's in both. Okay, happy with those? I will see you in another video for a little bit more exam practice. See you next time, Batty fans.